Today we're reflecting on one of the most iconic moments of Jesus' ministry, the Sermon on the Mount, recorded in Matthew 5-7. This sermon is a true lesson on life, with teachings that challenge us to live more lovingly and justly. The sermon begins with the Beatitudes, where Jesus declares blessed those who many might not consider fortunate. He says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." Here, Jesus teaches us that true happiness comes from a life in communion with God, even in adversity. He then speaks about our role in the world. Jesus says, "You are the salt of the earth and the light of the world." This means we are called to positively influence those around us, bringing flavor and illumination to a world often lost in darkness. Jesus also addresses topics like love and forgiveness. He challenges us to go beyond the ordinary, saying, "You have heard that it was said, 'Love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." These words call us to live with unconditional love, mirroring God's love for us. Another powerful teaching is about humility and sincerity in our actions. Jesus warns us against doing good deeds just to be seen by others. He says, "When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites. Go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen." During the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus also taught the Lord's Prayer, a simple yet profound model of how to communicate with God. He said, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." The sermon also addresses anxiety and trusting in God. Jesus encourages us to rely on divine care, saying, "Do not worry about what you will eat or drink. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" Finally, Jesus leaves us with a great challenge, to build our lives on a solid foundation. He compares those who hear his words and put them into practice to a wise man who built his house on the rock. When the storms come, that house will remain standing. The Sermon on the Mount teaches us that following Jesus requires a deep transformation, but it also offers the promise of a fulfilling and meaningful life. If these words touched your heart, share this video and spread this message to others. Subscribe to the channel for more biblical reflections. God bless you and see you next time.